problems, though. Because of the rain, a succession of floats was dropped from the parade, though in this one. To put it simply, it rained on their parade. The fans still climbed the trees for the Redskins, and despite a botched and bungled effort, something resembling a victory march swam through the drenched streets of Washington as 500,000 looked on. It started at the district building, where politicians did...
Singer Marvin Gaye was shot to death last Sunday on the eve of his 45th birthday. His father, Marvin Gaye Sr., was booked on suspicion of murder in order to undergo psychiatric tests.
That's the ball game. The national champions.
In some ways, he's like the Babe Ruth of crack dealers.
Rayful Edmond III, the biggest drug dealer in the history of Washington, D.C., sold some $300 million a year worth of cocaine and crack.
Rayful Edmond III.
Cocaine kingpin Rayful Edmond.
Rayful Edmond III is charged with heading the city's largest cocaine.
Rayful Edmond walked down any street in Northeast Washington, and people will tell you here he was the reigning king. Riding around in his fancy cars, his Porsches, Mercedes, his limousines. To adults who knew how he got his money, he was also a man to be feared.
The home of one witness's mother was firebombed. Earlier, another scheduled witness was shot dead.
Prosecutors say he has ring-committed more than 30 of Washington's 400 murders this year.
The jury in his trial had to sit behind bulletproof glass. Their identities hidden from the public. The judge is barring the public from the trial starting next week to help protect the jury.
But to kids who saw only his glittering life, he was a man to be admired and imitated.
If you got good common sense, it will tell you that I'm up to no good.
Have I used illegal drugs? I've said that over and over again.
In January 1990, Washington, D.C.'s reputation bottomed out. A federal sting operation filmed Mayor Marion Barry rocking up in a hotel room.
I'm Hound, baby. I'm Hound. You know me. I fuck with the sickest niggas in D.C.
Young and comfortable.
Where's Ricky Sanders?
Yeah. Point blank range. Dream about waking up to nightmares. People don't understand why success is my biggest fear. Cause once you reach the top, there's nowhere to go but down. Never understood how I become if I'm still underground. I'm just exhaling, killing my brain cells. Hope that one day I'll stack enough to post bill. For all those that don't know me, I'm Point Blank Range. In this series of vlogs, I'm gonna give you an inside look to who I am, where I come from, who I be with, and the things I go through. Come on with me and take this journey.
And y'all know what it is. It's your boy Young C, man. We down here with real life basement interviews with DC's own High Intentions. Fellas, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Man, I'm Point Blank Range, Uptown Tech Mob all day. At this point in time, we was young cats, just entering the game. We was about 3 years in, and we really wanted to show everybody, how talented we was and how hungry we was and how dedicated we was. So, we devised a little thing, we got the whole Basement Files thing put together, So we sat there and we did a conversation, did an interview, within a couple weeks or whatever, we had about 10,000 hits. We did pretty good on that first video, and these the niggas I started with, Dizzy Ripper, Face Off, Blackie, aka Blackface. We wanted to show people that we was something to be reckoned with. We was making our own style of music. We was doing our own style of everything. We was doing everything on our own. Had been 100% independent since day one. So this just going back showing you the footage of who I am and where I come from. These are dudes I started with. These are dudes I'm in with. These my day one niggas. These the niggas that I have nothing but admiration and respect for. So
okay, so many times in the group you got different members of the group take different personas. Somebody's the wild one, somebody's the calm one, someone's the mellow one. Man, who's who?
Yeah, man, I'm just a producer, man. I'm the man, you know what I'm saying, behind the shit, you know what I'm saying, I'm the man in the back, you know what I'm saying, you know, that's all I am, man, you know what I'm saying, make sure my man come out right, man, that's it.
What's happening, man? Got your boy Blackface, man. I'm home now, back out here, you know what I'm saying?
Well, I grew up in D.C., uptown, you know, down low to be exact. Now, I moved around a lot when I was young, you know. I literally lived like all 4 quadrants of D.C. You know, I moved up top when I was around like 12 years old. You know, that's why I could say it became my true home, you know. Don't get me wrong, I still love where I would say I originated at, you know. We have a saying uptown, you know, there's no place like uptown. Because it has like a very different feel than anywhere else in the city. Growing up in my early years, let's just say I spent a lot of my time on 17th and P, you know, at Stead Park. Shout out to that 90s Stead mob and shit, you know. You know, in the 90s, DC, it was such a different place than what it is today. You know, it was so rich in culture and, you know, we had our own everything. From our own swag and slangs, food, you know, all the way to our native go-go music. You get what I'm saying? But not now. I hate to see that, you know, a lot of this became a copycat city. And it seems like everybody want to be somebody else, and it's gotten a lot worse and worse over the years. You know, me and a lot of other DC-born residents, born and raised residents, you know, might I add, you know, we feel like it's lost a lot of its identity, and you know you can still see traces of the old DC around, but it's a little diluted. You know, this used to be the chocolate city, man. Like, come on, man. You know, but we really can't put a finger on what it is, well, what it has become. And all I know is we need to go back to that while we're still moving forward with the times.
This is camcorder. Yeah, it was good. 12:36. 12:30. What time is it? I don't know. I'm recording, but 13. Battery going low. Battery going low? What?
Oh, okay. That, you plug it in, go ahead.
Plug it in. Make some.
Yeah, I got some juice. Plug it in.
Robin for the hood vlogs. Back. You know, we on our way out Richmond, you know, big money in the front. You know what I'm saying?
Motherfucking got me, man. That's all we out here. Motherfucking got me. Now we'll look it up next time.
Yeah. You know, DTR in the front.
I know a lot of people gonna ask, you know, like, why name this project Robbing for the Hood? Well, I'm gonna give it to you now. There's a couple of reasons, you know. One is none of the beats on this project is, you know, owned by our company or made by our producer. I used a lot of industry beats because I wanted to, you know, give a project that can be completely for free. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, I'm taking from the industry, you know, giving to the streets, taking from the rich, giving to the poor.
I love what Robin Hood stood for. You know, he was the original outlaw. I mean, I know a lot of people reference outlaw Tupac Shakur, you know, the late great Tupac Shakur, but to be real 100%, Robin Hood was the first outlaw. He was the first one to really say, all right, look, I'm standing up for my people and I'm standing up for what I believe in. And this what this project is really about. This project is so much insight into who I am. And it's a lot of insight into my lifestyle and how I live and how I came up. You know, who I really care about and who I really am. So that's like one of the biggest things.
You know, and second is I think that this quality of music, you know, that the industry has been releasing has faded, you know. Well, hip-hop music, this used to be an art form, an expression itself. you know, not on who could boast or brag the best, you know, so I wanted to release a project that the hood can appreciate. I mean, not saying that these are the best lyrics in the world, but these are like well thought through quality bars, quality music. You can feel it, you can understand it. It's not too complex. It's not I'm bragging, I got this, I got that. You different situations, you know, you got a story here and there. So, you know, this is quality music, you know, something I think the game's been missing. Not to say that, you know, anybody hasn't been really doing their thing, because, you know, I see a lot of young artists, I see a lot of artists that's not young, I see a lot of artists that's around my age stepping up, you get what I'm saying? I see a lot of people actually coming in the game and being hungry, and I like the way it's going, but I'm saying, like, in the past, leading up to this point, it's just been so crappy, you get what I'm saying? It's been garbage. Third is, you know, coming from where I'm coming from, it's hard for people to understand our lifestyles. Because now all they hear is I sell kilo this, and, you know, I have sex with every model. You get what I'm saying? I mean, you know, I want to give them some insight to the hood. You get what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong. You know, classic traits of street life, you know, does involve sex and drugs and murder and alcohol and party and this and then that, but it's definitely got some of that on here, you get what I'm saying? But unlike most projects, I tried to, like, you know, give it to you mildly, you downplay it a little bit, because it's bigger than that, and the hood is more than that. You know, we got brotherhoods here, you get what I'm saying? Like any other place has brotherhoods. Like, you know, you might go to Yale and they got secret societies of people where they just, you know, they together, you get what I'm saying? We got that same type of brotherhood and bond here. I think it's just been misunderstood for so long. People just look at it as, you know, they're being gangbangers, or they being thugs, or they being this, or they being that. So I think robbing for the hood, you know, sometimes you open your eyes to say, you know, look, this man got a family, you know, he trying to do this to get in a better situation for them, or to put his kids, or to put anybody around him, you know, maybe his brother, maybe it's his friend, maybe it's his aunt, maybe it's his grandmother, anybody that's around him, and they in a different situation, because we've been brought up in this. You know, I have to be one of those artists that just wants more. I don't just want to be known. I want to be known as the best at what I do. Whatever it is I do, whenever I choose to do it. And so I have a hunger. I don't think that a lot of artists, you know, out here contain. You know, I started rapping and writing when I was very young, like around the age of 12, you know what I'm saying? I would tell you my different influences and all that, but let's just say I listen to everything and everybody, and, you know, I made my own from it. I think it's important to be as original as you can be, so you can't really go off of what your influences did. You know, the most important key to longevity is, you know, being original. That's the most important thing. To stay around, you gotta be yourself. You can't be somebody else, because if they get tired of that next person, they're gonna be tired of you. And if that next person can't reinvent themselves, you might go with that fad. So, you know, I plan on being around for a very long time. So that's why I said everything must be original for me. I gotta have my own path on everything. Even if I do a song, or if I do this or I do that with somebody, I gotta have my own flow. I gotta think of my own thoughts, you know. And now that you met me, you know, you can check me out on Reverb Nation and on Facebook. Just search Point with an E blank range. You can check me out on Twitter and on Instagram, Point with an E BR202. That's on Point. Point B out.
Got my two partners, my partners in crime right here. You know what I'm saying? Face Off, you know what I'm saying? My nigga DTR. You know, this Robbing for the Hood vlogs, you know, they came through to show a nigga some love, you know, on the first week and shit like that. Oh yeah, go cop that Robbing for the Hood Volume 1. It is a classic mixtape massacre, you get what I'm saying? All 25 tracks. So go ahead, cop that. You know what I'm saying? Thank you.
100. Oh yeah, fish telling. That bitch is in the making. That motherfucking cake is in the oven. That thing gonna be a straight classic. Don't even worry about it. You gonna have it in a second.
You know what I'm saying? And you know, Cuzzo about to get back on his shit.
Support the family, man. BFE, ETA, Robbing for the Hood, Point Blank Range. You already know.
Yeah.
Fish telling, Dizzy the Ripper. You already know.
Yeah.
Face Off. Get ready for this. Whole gallon in the juice, yeah. You know, you already know.
High intentions out, BFE.
High intentions, man. You know,
sucker free.
Uptown representative. You know DCR? You hear rapper? You with me? What's good? You with me? What you do, bud? All around is this shit right there. All around is killers. All around is girls. All around is bad bitches that type you fall in love with.
Yeah, what's good, man? Got your boy Blackface out here, you know what I'm saying, representing that BFE Young Certified Clique, you know what I'm saying? My man Pointe B, man, just dropped that hot, man, that smoking mixtape, man, Robbing for the Hood, you know what I'm saying, man? Go download that, man. That motherfucker cranking, man. Go download that, man. I'm telling you, man, I'm putting everything on that motherfucker, man. Go download it, man, on .piff, man. Robbing for the Hood, man. That shit like that, you hear me? You know what I'm saying? And shout out to all my homies, man, all the representatives, man, all the people, man, that supported BFE from the beginning. Man, shout out to all y'all, man. And this summer is ours, man. This summer is ours. Best believe that.